So you're struggling to get the power on your shots that you want. Well, in this video, I'm going to give you another way that you can improve your shot power in soccer. Hey, what's up guys? Dave here from SimplySoccer, where we're helping you to improve your game and stand out on the pitch. And on this channel, we release daily soccer tips, technique, and training videos. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss any new videos or live streams that we do. In the last video in this series, I went over how making good contact on the ball and having good technique is always more important than your swing speed. So now I want to give you something to think about your follow through in order to help you hit all the way through the ball and make even better contact. And it's something you've probably heard before, and it's called landing on your kicking foot. A lot of times when players go to get a lot of power on the ball, they'll employ this technique, and when done right, it can produce a lot of power on your shots. Again, I still believe that contact and technique is key, but once you start getting better at making better contact on the ball, you can start following through all the way on your shots and landing on your kicking foot. And this will help you to produce more power, and it will also help you with your technique as you follow through and focus on hitting the ball all the way through instead of coming up short with your swing. Now again, you don't need to land on your kicking foot in order to gain power. I'm just giving you this because it is a way you can generate a little more power if you do it right. So let me show you some examples of me doing it, and I'll let you know what's going on and what you should be looking to do.
Okay, so we're just looking at a few of my shots where I follow through and land on my kicking foot. Now, I find there's two ways to do this normally. One is a nice smooth swing where you follow through and you land on your kicking foot and you kind of swing all the way through. This is the one you'll see me doing in these clips. And there's another one that I just call the quick swipe, which is one that like players like Ronaldo and Bale use, where they land on their kicking foot, but they swipe and swing very quickly. Not in like an uncontrolled manner, just a quick swipe. I found that this helps you to get a knuckleball sometimes as well. But you can use either technique, experiment with both of them and see which one works better for you. I find, in some situations I'd like to do the quick swipe. I find that in other situations I prefer to have a full follow through where I land on my kicking foot. Now I'm going to reiterate, like what I said in the first video, your technique is really what's going to develop the power. Your follow through doesn't really matter if you're not using the right technique. So it's not like you can use this technique and it will or you can use this follow through and it will magically fix your technique. It's definitely something that can help because it kind of makes sure you follow through all the way through the ball, which is good. And I find this technique very useful to making sure I make good connection with the ball, have good contact. But again, you have to be focusing on all the proper things in your technique, making sure you're upright or leaning over the ball, tensing up your core as you shoot, locking your ankle, hitting towards the middle of the ball. All of this stuff has to happen as well, or your follow through doesn't really matter. But definitely experiment with this follow through because I found it works very well. I definitely do other things as well. I mean, just for another reference, you can follow through where you stay on your plant foot, where your plant foot doesn't even come up and you don't land on your kicking foot. You can do that as well. But it's good to have different ones that you can do because certain situations will call for different shot techniques and different follow throughs. For example, there might be some, like the one where you keep your foot planted, you usually need a little more time to shoot in order to do that, while a quick swipe one is better in a situation where you don't have that much time to shoot and you need to get a shot off quickly. So, experiment with all these different follow throughs, but definitely make sure you have this one in your repertoire because I find it very useful in generating power and swinging all the way through the ball and making sure you get good contact. I think that's what this one's good for. It's good at making sure you get really solid contact on the ball because the idea is to swing through the whole ball, to follow through the whole ball. And again, if you're swinging wildly, this doesn't work. It has to be a controlled, smooth swing, at least for the one that's not the quick swipe. And if you're swinging wildly, like I said in the first video, you're not going to get that power. You're just going to have poor technique. But if you swing smoothly and within control and you land on your kicking foot like this, you're not leaning back and you do all the other stuff right, you'll find yourself generating a lot of power. So definitely on your next shooting session, try this out. Start practicing it. You might not get it right away, but you will find after a bit of practice, you can get this quite easily, especially if you've been practicing shooting for a while. And again, this is a great way to develop power.
All right, guys, thank you for watching. Question of the day is, what other shooting aspects are you struggling with? Which ones do you want me to make a video on so that you understand it a little more and can start practicing it in the right way? So just let me know down in the comments. All right, everyone, thank you again for watching. Make sure you share this video, subscribe if you haven't, and like this video as well. I'm going to have 2 videos come across the screen so you can watch and learn even more. And as always, come back tomorrow at 5 p.m. for a brand new video, although it might be a live stream tomorrow, so just follow me on Snapchat so you know what's going on with live streams. All right, guys, also remember, this is Simply Soccer, where we're helping you to improve your game and stand out on the pitch. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.